Hi everyone, welcome to Mr. Wagid's math class. We talked about linear equations. They are equations when graphed, they make a straight line. And because they have a constant rate of change, which is the slope. Today, we will come up with another linear equation that's called point slope. And it's written in a point slope form. Let's come up with this equation together. Here's the graph of the first quadrant where x is positive, y is positive. Draw a line, which makes it linear. Here's the blue dot on the line, which is a solution on the line. And there's another red dot, which is a solution on that line. Let's name the first one x and y, which is any coordinate of x and y on the line. And then the red dot will be x1, y1. We said linear equation, what makes it linear is a constant rate of change, which is the slope. So let's use the slope, m equal the difference in the y divided by the difference in the x's, using those x and y coordinates. So let's substitute y2 with just y minus y1 from the second coordinate, and then x minus x1 from that red coordinate. Let's isolate y minus y. Let's get rid of the denominator, which is x minus x1, by multiplying both sides with the denominator x minus x1 on both sides. So the denominator with the x minus x1, they cancel out. You end up with x minus x1 times m equal y minus y1. Let's rearrange that and have the y at the beginning on the left side this way, because we always read y equals something. So let's put the y on this side. By rearranging, you end up with y minus y1 equal m times x minus x1. Just make sure they are in parentheses. And that is the point slope form, where m is the slope and x1, y1 are a point on the line or a solution to that equation. Now let's see how we can write a linear equation using the point slope form. Write an equation of a line with a slope of 1/3 and passes through the point 3, -8. Since they gave me the slope and a point on the line, the easiest form to write a linear equation would be the point slope form. The point slope form is y minus y1 equal m times x minus x1. M is the slope, and they gave me that 1/3. A point on the line 3, -8, which is a solution. That's why the line passes through it. Now write the equation, substitute m with 1/3, substitute y1 with -8, substitute x1 with 3. Subtracting a negative is the same as adding. You end up with y plus 8 equal 1/3 times x minus 3. Leave it in parentheses, and that is your equation. Here's another example. Write in point slope form an equation of a line passes through the point 7, 2, and 2, 12. So they give me two solutions on the line, or 2 points on the line. Let's write the point slope form, which is y minus y1 equal m times x minus x1. I need the slope and I need a point on the line. They give me 2 points, so use one. The point x1, y1 would be 7, 2. I have that. Now I need the slope. How would I find the slope? Use the equation of the change in the y divided by the change of the x. Now I would use the 2 points. 7, 2 is x1, y1, and 2, 12 is x2, y2. Substitute the numbers in the equation, and you get 12 minus 2 divided by 2 minus 7. Simplify that, gives you 10 divided by -5, which is -2. So the slope is -2. Now I have the point x1, y1, 7, 2, and the slope -2. Write the equation in point slope form and substitute the numbers. I would substitute y1 with +2, the slope with -2, and x1 with 7, and that is your equation. Now let's practice with a word problem and see how we can write an equation from a table. You pay an installation fee and a monthly fee for internet service. The table shows the total cost for different numbers of months. Can the situation be modeled by a linear equation? Explain. If possible, write a linear model that represents the total cost as a function of the number of months. So they gave you a table where y is the total cost in dollars and x is the number of months. The question is, what makes a relationship linear? So look at the table. What makes a relationship linear is a constant rate of change. And a rate of change is the slope. So let's watch the change in the y and the change in the x and divide them, because that's how you find the slope. The change in the y from 176 to 302 to 428 to 554 equal 126. And I know that by subtracting each one from the other one. Number of months from 3 to 6 to 9 to 12, that's adding by 3. So that is constant. It's the same change for the y, same change for the x at any point. To make sure that it is a constant rate of change, divide the change in y, which is 126, divided by the change in x, which is 3. That means it costs $126 per 3 months, for every 3 months. That's the rate of change. If I simplify that and get it per 1 month, which means a unit rate per 1, that gives you the slope of 42, which means it costs $42 per month. That's a unit rate. So now I found the slope. I need a point. You write the point slope equation form, y minus y1 equal m times x minus x1. So now I need a point on the line. Remember, you can take any of the points because they all are solution to that equation. And I would choose the first one where x is 3 and y is 176. Now substitute x1, y1, and the slope in the equation. You end up with y minus 176 equal 42, which is the slope, times x minus 3. 3 is the x1. And that's how you write the equation from a table and a word problem. Now let's write a linear function with the values of f of 4 equals 2 and f of 6 equal -4. So remember, what's in front of the f in parentheses, that's the x value. And the f of x is the y value. So the 4 is the x and the 2 is the y. I can write it as a coordinate 4, 2. F of 6 equal -4. In parentheses, in front of the f, that's the x. And the f of x is the y, so -4 is y. Write that as a coordinate where x is 6 and y is -4. Now I have two coordinates. To write the equation, I need the slope and I need a point. They're giving me a point, so that's no problem. But the slope is the same. Change in y divided by the change of x. Name the first one x1, y1, the second one x2, y2. Substitute your numbers in the equation. So -4 minus 2 divided by 6 minus 4. Simplify that. -4 minus 2 is -6, and 6 minus 4 is 2. Simplify that again, which means divide. -6 divided by 2 equals -3. So that's the slope, -3. The equation is y minus y1 equal m times x minus x1. I have the slope of -3. Choose a point. I would choose the first one, 4 for the x and 2 for the y. Substitute that in the equation. You end up with y minus 2 equals the slope -3 in x minus x1, which is 4. And that is the equation in a point slope form, and it is linear equation because it makes a line if you graph, and it has a constant rate of change. That's it for today's lesson. You guys have a great day.